there, my name is Taylor. I'm with Nutrition Services.
Hi.
What is your name, please?
My name is Brooke Dixon.
Okay. And can you confirm your birth date for me, please?
3/31/1988.
Alrighty. Ms. Dixon, I'm here today to, first of all, I want to know how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Feel a little bit weak, but for the most part, I guess that's normal for the hospital.
Okay. But everything other than that's going okay?
It's going good.
Okay. Do you know why you were admitted to the hospital?
I think they said something that my blood sugars were really high, and something about they were in the 500 range.
Okay. Yeah. Your blood glucose levels were in the 550s, which normally we'd like to see them in the 130 range. So it's a little elevated than what we would normally prefer to see.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. So I just wanted to come in and talk to you a little bit about your diabetes, find out how it is that you're managing it, and just maybe get a little bit more history on you. How are you coping with the diabetes just outside of the hospital?
Well, it's just really hard to control because I'm in college and all my friends don't have diabetes, so I kind of eat whatever I want, and I don't really pay attention to things. I mean, I take my medications, but for the most part it's just kind of really hard to follow any kind of diet specific thing when you're in college and your friends are just wanting to party and go out.
Okay. So here's a little bit of a new experience for you. Are you a freshman?
I'm actually in grad school, so
Okay.
It's first year.
Okay. So you've got a little bit of college experience.
Just a little, yeah.
Okay. But your medications they're working okay for you right now?
Well, they were. Obviously now I don't know because my blood sugars were so elevated when I came in.
Yeah.
So clearly I'm doing something wrong.
I don't know if it's so much something wrong. Maybe a change needs to be made. That that would be something that your doctor would have to determine. But something that you can do to help with the spikes in the blood sugar with medication and help give the medication a little bit of a break per se, because it's working hard, is to maybe change or modify your eating habits. What's a typical day like for you as far as meals go?
Well, I usually always try to eat breakfast. Sometimes, I just am late for class, so I just won't have time for it. But, for the most part I have breakfast. And then I always have lunch, usually an afternoon snack, and, dinner. And sometimes I do eat late, which is something that I've been trying to change. But
sounds like you're pretty busy.
Yep, grad school is very busy.
Yeah, I understand. So for breakfast, what would you normally, if you have time to eat breakfast, what would be some of the things that you would normally try to eat?
Well, I guess, a granola bar, something to just put in my stomach to keep it from growling uncontrollably in class. If I have time, I'll have, a banana and cereal. Usually try to have coffee too, 'cause I need to wake up.
Okay.
But yeah, that would be a typical breakfast would be something around there.
Okay. What about, do you have a mid-morning snack before you have lunch?
It just depends on if I pack one, but yeah, sometimes I do. Which one might just be something I don't know. Actually, normally it's just maybe a vending machine.
Okay. So whatever's available on campus then?
Yeah, so I don't really pack it that much, so it would just be something I'd probably grab on campus.
Okay. Is lunch another thing that you normally pack, or is that something that you would get on campus as well?
I'd probably actually go out and get something because in between classes, it's just easier I have a break anyway, so what else can I do? I usually just go to a dining hall.
Okay. Still more convenience items.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, sometimes I'll get a salad, but, most of the time I'll eat sandwiches or a burger, fries.
Burger and fries. Okay. What do you usually have to drink with that if you do get a burger and fries?
I would probably have something like a Coke, something that's caffeinated, just something to keep me, alert.
Okay. All right, and then do you get an afternoon snack, or is that just, again, depending on what your schedule's looking like?
Yeah, typically what my schedule looks like, but I usually always have like a bigger snack. That's why I usually eat late. So, I'll have something like a sandwich for a snack.
Okay.
And then I'll like eat dinner at like 9, which is not good.
Well, I'd be good about it, having dinner. It more depends on what it is that you're eating rather than, the time that you're eating. So what take me through a normal dinner for you?
I'd probably like grill or probably like just cook some chicken in like a pan. Probably have some rice with it and, like saute like something like spinach or something like that.
Okay. All right. So, has anyone ever told you how to read like food labels and stuff? Because I know you do a lot of convenience. It sounds like you're doing a lot of convenience foods, especially while you're on campus during the day.
Mm-hmm.
To maybe help with bringing down the amount of carbohydrates that you're getting.
I don't really read the back of food labels. Yeah, I just have never really found the need to.
Okay. Would you be interested in possibly learning how to do so in order to manage your diabetes a little bit better?
As long as it was pretty easy to understand, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's not hard to understand at all. You just, on the back of the food that you get, so say it's a bag of potato chips. And so a bag of potato chips is typically a serving. And then you would just go down, follow the panel down, and there's a line that says total carbohydrates. And a bag of potato chips will be whatever it is, we'll say 22. And then you just kind of have to do just a little bit of math and realize it is probably about a serving and a half of carbs.
Mm-hmm.
And so depending on how many carbs you're supposed to be getting per meal per day, then you can adjust, what you have else with that. So like if you do like crackers and cheese, that kind of thing. Both of them are carb sources, but you can figure out how to balance those out.
Okay.
And it comes with practice, but after a little bit you pick it up and it's just, you can take a look at it and turn it back over and you're good. So it's just like with anything, it takes a little bit of practice to do.
I could probably start doing that, especially with like packaged foods, just because it'll be easy.
Mm-hmm. How often are you testing your blood sugars throughout the day?
Whenever I remember. I try to do it at least once a day, but sometimes not at all.
Okay. Let me scratch that one. When are you typically checking your blood sugars? Do you start to feel funny beforehand, or are you?
No, sometimes I'll check it when I like feel like I'm, if I feel like my heart's racing or I'm feeling weak or fatigued, I'll check it because I'm like worried that something is like wrong with me, or like my blood sugars are low or high. So, but other than that, if I feel okay, I feel like the medication's working, so I don't really check it.
Okay. So you're talking about feeling like it's low or high when you normally check it when you start feeling like that. Where does it usually lie? Is it usually on the higher end or on the lower end?
It's usually on the higher end.
Okay. And how do you usually?
Well, I usually try to see what I ate to make it that high. It's like, say I had like a dessert or something like that, and then I'll just attribute it to that, and then I kind of like modify that or not eat that anymore.
Okay. So is there anything in particular that you would like to maybe commit to avoid ending up in the hospital again? Maybe setting a small goal?
I mean, I guess I could just start reading food labels a little bit more.
Okay. I think that's an excellent idea, and I think it'll definitely help you with controlling this a little bit better. I do have some information that I've left for you on your bedside table, so that you can maybe get a little more information about how to deal with the diabetes. Also, too, there's some listing of some local classes that you can do as outpatient, and learn a little bit more. My number is at the top of the form, so you can give me a call either once you're released, or if you have any questions later on today, then you can have your nurse page me.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, do you have any more questions for me before I leave?
No, I think I'm good.
Alrighty, well, Ms. Dixon, it's nice to meet you.
Thanks, you too.
Have a great day.
You do the same.